2 of the 40th Annual International Convention of Doulgeri, and we're here with David Gibson and Maria Doulgeri. David Gibson has been in the ELT field for more than 44 years, as we've seen in his bio, and Maria Doulgeri is a state school primary teacher, and we've just had the chance to see their presentation on nursery rhymes, and I would like to start with a question to David. What was the source of inspiration for your talk?
My mother. My mother, well, and my father, but I've always been interested in children's literature. Especially picture books. When I lived in Bristol, a lovely city in the southwest of England, and you've been there.
Yes,
it's
once.
so nice.
I love it.
And when I was teaching, I used to do courses at the university in the evenings with a wonderful man. He was in his 80s now, and I'm still in touch with him. It's called Aidan Chambers. He's the expert in children's books. He got the Hans Christian Andersen Award a few years ago, and he inspired me as well. And I particularly like picture books, and all through my childhood I had nursery rhymes taught to me by my parents. We didn't have television when I was little, until I was about 15, and so the house was full of books. And all of these fairy tales and nursery rhymes have just stayed in my head, and I passed them on to as many people as I can. Okay?
Thank you. And Maria, what about you? How did you come to get into nursery rhymes since you're working with primary children? Was the inspiration for you to use them in your classroom pretty much the same with David?
No.
Not really.
I'm Greek, so my mother, unfortunately, didn't teach me any nursery rhymes, but I learned them as a teacher, and I thought the advantages of using nursery rhymes are multiple, and you can really interest children with these little short rhymes, and actually I used it with a class of mine, and the children really loved it.
Thank you.
And as we watched in your presentation, it does work. I mean, it actually works, and they seem really excited about that.
I had a lot of hesitation.
But, you know, you're quite right. It works.
Yeah, it works.
It seems to me that some teachers are afraid to approach this. But,
We can see the results.
you know, you talk about inspiration.
Why do you think that they are afraid?
Probably because they think children might reject it. I was talking to someone back there in the room who said, what age? Well, I said, any age. And I've done this with high school children in an international school. And they like being reminded of their childhood. And I used to collect folk tales from around the world.
Amazing.
And I did a massive project on all sorts of things, proverbs, idioms, superstitions, to compare, because this was an international school. And I collected all these things, and I remember somebody once saying, you see, I mean, it's like when, in the talk there were people coming out with the Greek equivalent of an English nursery rhyme, and they're common to most languages. And I remember a student, when we were working on, I think it was Proverbs, who said, this work shows us that we're all different, and yet we're all the same, which I thought was a very good comment.
Yes, indeed, to the point, indeed. And how would you connect your presentation with the general topic of the convention, the 5 T's of TESOL?
Remind me of the 5 T's again?
Teach, transform, transcend, trust,
And trend.
Okay. Well, I would add another T.
Great.
That is tradition.
Okay.
See, I said earlier that I'm probably a traditionalist, but there are things that we should preserve. You see, I'm also interested in music, particularly in traditional folk music. And an organisation began in England about 100 years ago called the English Folk Song and Dance Committee or something like this. And they preserve all these. And I've just got a book and a CD of somebody who travelled all over America recording the old songs. Otherwise they're going to disappear. It's the same with these nursery rhymes, I think, if we don't keep passing them on. Because they've been passed down generations for hundreds of years on through oral tradition. And the first collection in a book wasn't printed until the 19th century. My wish for TESOL, which is for the next 40 years. Okay? If I'm there to see it, I will be 152 years old.
Yes.
So we're now old, we meet again.
Thank you very
And
much.
Maria?
Long live TESOL. Something.
Thank you
Many
so
happy
much.
returns.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure,
It was
really,
really
and
nice.
thank you very much for your time.